it's Liz Yuille and I'm here with another Simple Stamping Saturday, which is always one of my favourite videos of the week. So, I have to say I am filming this quite late at night because I am attending the backstage event, which is the leaders event for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And some of what we're doing is into the wee small hours of the morning, and we've got a break at the moment, so I'm doing this video. And I'm using the stamp set, which has been with us for a little while, but is always worth having another look at. And it's Nothing's Better Than. And of course, nothing's better than being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, because it's just such fun. Anyway, so as ever, my first card uses one of our basic white note cards with a matching envelope. Sometimes I do use the very vanilla, but this time I'm using basic white. And the Nothing's Better Than, and for me, nothing's better than cocktails for the moment. It would never be chocolate. I can't eat chocolate, but that's another story. So here is the card that I've put together. And I'm embracing rainbows because that's something that we're doing as part of our backstage build up. So I'm embracing rainbows. So I've got Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, more Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, and oh no, that's yes, Bermuda Bay, and Magenta Madness. Whoa, my brain went for a moment then. So I've finished my rainbow on the inside, and then on my envelope, because on Simple Stamping Saturday we always decorate our envelope, I've got today's plan, consume cocktails. So that's the card that we're going to make, and I will then show you my two stepped up versions, and I have to say I'm quite pleased with them. Shouldn't really say that. So first thing to do is to find the crease in the middle, bring in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and sorry, I've got all my blocks, my stamps on blocks, and they're on a slopey thing and they're making a noise, I apologise. So I've got my cocktail, my Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to ink that up. Just a few taps. I do like to do a bit of a squish as well, or a twist as well. And then I'm on grid paper, so it's quite easy for me to line up my card, which helps me line up my stamp. And I'm going towards the bottom right hand corner so it's not obviously central. And by making it not obviously central, if you tried to go for centre, you probably would fail and that would look weird. But if you go off centre, that actually looks more intentional and tends not to look quite so strange. So I'm going to do the sentiments next while I'm leaving this to dry. I do like to leave my Tuxedo Black to dry before I do anything else around it. So today is a, and then we're going to have cocktail kind of day. So I'm going to put my today is a tucked in between the umbrella and the lemon, like that. So just like that. Close my ink pad. I managed to put my finger into the Magenta Madness ink pad earlier today. Not to be recommended. It stains. Fortunately, I hadn't done my nails at that point, so I could attack the stain with abrasive things. So then we've got a kind of a day, and that I'm going to stamp in Bermuda Bay. Although I should probably be doing Night of Navy, but I'm going to stick with Bermuda Bay. It's one less stamp colour. So kind of a day, or kind of day. And again, I'm going to go off centre because then it looks intentionally off centre, as opposed to just not quite central. So kind of a day, pop my Bermuda Bay back, grab my cleaner again, my chamois, which I keep in, unfortunately it's now retired, a half wood case, wood stamp case, but we don't carry them anymore, so sorry. Right, I have got my lemon slice and my umbrella and my cocktail, and I'm actually going to use Stampin' Right markers, and I'm only using colours that are from the Brights collection, so that does help keep investment down. So the umbrella I'm going to do with Mango Melody, because it is sort of orange. So that is going to, I'm just checking that that was right. Yes, it is, because I change it up later on one of the other cards. So I'm just going to add some ink to that. Now, ink from Stampin' Right markers is slightly more liquid, so you won't get the full coverage that you would if you were to use the marker. In fact, what I might do is I will stamp it just so that you can see. Although I do quite like that. What I was going to say is I might actually use the markers. I quite like that it's a bit mottled, as it's an umbrella. And again, the lemon slice, which I'm going to colour with Daffodil Delight. Again, mottled is not a bad idea for a lemon. So I quite like to tap onto a solid stamp, because that way you get more ink out of your marker. Don't know why, but you do. There's less of a reason with these to huff onto your stamp to moisten them up again, because they are a bit more liquid anyway. And there we've got our lemon. Now, if you wanted it to be more solid, you could colour that in. So what I could do, and in fact I will, is colour in the rind with the marker, and I'm using the writing end because it's a smaller space. So I've got that now looking quite solid, just there. So that's those, and now I need my cocktail, and again I'm going to use the yellow again, so Daffodil Delight, and then I'm going to add Granny Apple Green and Bermuda Bay. And I am actually going to apply them in that order because that goes from lightest to darkest. So picking yellow up with green isn't a problem. Picking green up with yellow would mean that the ink coming out of my Daffodil Delight for a short while would be more green and less yellow. So I'll do a quick swipe and then I'll blob just to add a bit of texture. Having said I'm not going to come back in with the Daffodil Delight, I am just going to add a little bit more there. And then Bermuda Bay for the base here. And I am using the side of my pen, not the tip. You don't want to go in with the point because that will potentially catch on the surface of your stamp. I am going to huff on this one because it's a bigger stamp. And then just line it up and stamp it down. And there is our lovely cocktail. So that's that. Turn it over so I've got the inside, and I'm going to bring in the Magenta Madness ink pad. This is one of the 2020 to 2022 in colours. So it will be one of the ones that will leave us next year. Then there's the centre, so again trying to keep it square. I do find putting it onto my block so that it's not lining up with my block means I'm more likely to line up the stamp and not the block when I stamp it, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. I'll just clean that off. So if I were to have this on my block sort of straight, if it actually isn't straight, which this isn't, I may be tempted to get the block straight, which then means I'll stamp that slightly crooked. So by putting it on intentionally not straight means you're more likely to finally line it up straight. Oh, I must do the envelope. Mustn't forget the envelope. So today's plan, consume cocktails. So I need my Magenta Madness back. I thought there was something else I needed that for. So ink that up. And again, this is on crooked. Cocktails. Again on crooked. Today's plan, consume. Cocktails. So that's that done. Then I can fold this in half along the score line. Ooh, picked up a bit of something. There we are. A bit of fluff or something. And then I always recommend using one of our bone folders because then you get a nice crisp edge on your card. And that is our finished card. So, stepping it up, as ever, the first thing I will do is introduce full-size card sheets, but I'm also using, because it's free, the Bedazzling paper from Celebration. This is free in the UK, it's free with a £45 order. In Europe, it's free with a €60 order, and then the rest of the world, I don't know. I think it's $90 in Australia and 60 in or 50 in America, but I honestly don't know. But certainly €60 or £45, and you get this Bedazzling. You do need to just be careful that you don't use the same die over and over again with it, because it could blunt the die, but that's the only thing to be aware of. So all I've done is replicate my stamping, but I've used blends, and so I've added more colour to my cocktail, and it's Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Light Night of Navy, Magenta Madness, and then I've outlined it all in the light smoky slate. And then on the inside I've just put in a piece of the Bedazzling that I've coloured with the same colour blends in a rainbow. So that's my first stepped up version. Then for this version I've used one of the masks from the annual catalogue, Plenty of Patterns decorative masks, Magenta Madness in the background, Stitch So Sweetly dies, and again Bedazzling paper white, and then the Bedazzling I've coloured a bit with my blends, again using the side of my blends in a rainbow. So I've got Love You More Than Cocktails, and then replicated the colouring there, and then on the inside again I've got the rainbow. So there you are. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'll have some close-up photographs over on my website, which is linked below, so do go and have a look at those. If you need any products and you're in the UK or in the European countries, which are France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands, I would be thrilled if you would place the order with me. And do remember that until the end of September, we've got not only Celebration, we've also got the Celebration joining offer, where you can pick one of the 12 free bundles from the mini catalogue. There are 12 selected bundles, the details in the Celebration catalogue. You add that on top of the already amazing deal. So it's a truly amazing deal. One of the bundles is worth over £55, and you put that on top of the £130 that you only pay £99 for, and you don't pay for shipping. Anyway, have a fantastic Saturday. I will be having a snooze because we finished at 3:30 this morning, and we will be finishing at 3:30 tomorrow morning. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.